Friday. It's me and my dog Mickey. Also, Jared is here off cam. What's
It's me.
happening? So, Jared, I have never played Epic Mickey. This was included in a couple months back with whatchamacallit, with PlayStation Plus, and this is the remaster, the rebrushed version, if you will. I've never done it. Also, as you can see, I have a little animated GIF of Steamboat Willie because it's public
It's
domain.
me. Oh.
Public domain, baby. Can use it all we like, and Disney can't do shit about it.
Oh, can't sue. Oh.
Eat shit. The frozen head of Walt Disney.
Hit the Jews.
On a very peculiar
Oh, sorry about that, Grant.
My
clear my throat.
lured someone out of his bed
Walt Disney
So-
has bad opinions about things.
and opened a
So,
doorway to my
I would
reach.
say a couple months ago, anywhere between 3 to 6 months ago, I played this game for the first time, the Rebrush,
Yeah.
Malicious.
and I really enjoyed it. And
It's
then,
just a platformer, right?
yeah. And then a week ago,
Perhaps it knew
I
that the
tried playing
curious
Epic Mickey
intruder
2
had a role to
and
play
hated it.
in
It's a
my
dog shit.
project.
What's wrong with the second one?
Well, it was backwards compatible, so
I
it
was
wasn't like a
putting
remastered
finishing
version. It
touches
was
on
just
my
like the
latest
straight OG.
creation.
It was a
A
port
world
from the
of
Wii onto the
things that have
360,
been
and it was
forgotten.
co-op heavy and Wiimote heavy, and it just did not hold up. This is like
They
they
redid the controls to make it make sense.
they completely fixed it. It looks great. It
Yeah.
plays great. It's a lot of fun.
This
Yeah,
is
and
Yen
it's so funny that
Sid.
you booted this up.
Satisfied with my
It
progress,
is Yen Sid.
I
Most
put
known
the
for,
lucky
Kingdom
brush
Hearts.
down
Yes, everybody's
and
favorite character in
retired to
Kingdom
my
Hearts.
chambers.
Did you watch Fantasia much as a kid? Like, is that like a tape that you had in rotation?
I have seen Fantasia. I saw it as a
Had I
child,
known what
and I
events
really
would
only like
follow,
the
I would
part
have
with the
locked
horse.
away everything.
Because everything else either like kind of freaked me out or bored me to tears.
I mean, it's very much it's like a vibes movie where it's I mean it's one of those movies probably pretty good to watch if you're high. Like it would probably be pretty fun.
Yeah.
And it was also like made at a time where you couldn't just go to YouTube and watch some fucking bullshit that somebody made up. It's like, people had to make a thing and put it in theaters if you want. Like people hadn't seen that weird shit before, and so like experimental weird animation, which I'm in. I do
I
think
mean,
that
if you like grew up in the 50s and 60s, like it had to be like a re-release in theaters,
yeah,
or
which the thing they did
eventually
regularly.
they just put it on TV. So like I'm sure people in the 80s are like, oh, I never saw this. It's on TV now.
Also, this rendition of Mickey Mouse looks like shit. What do you mean? I hate the way that this
What had happened.
like ye oldie version of Mickey Mouse has been made into 3D, and it's not like the more modern flesh colored Mickey Mouse.
Planned.
Problematic.
The mysterious
I'm a mouse.
intruder was gone. I did not learn his identity.
Yeah, Mickey
Well,
Mouse noted a
not
Caucasian
very
weirdly in modern sense.
What will it take for you to boot up one of these Kingdom Hearts games?
I played Kingdom Hearts 3, and I went back and I didn't beat 1 or 2, and I didn't beat Birth by Sleep, but I played them.
Those games are so great. Gosh. Yup. Wow.
But I not 100% isn't getting all the stuff, but I completed all of the main story of Kingdom Hearts 3 and thought it was good. It was I would say a C+ game.
I would say it's like a B- game. It's good.
I had a
definitely
good
think the
time.
first two are by far.
There's a fair bit of dicking around in like like the I remember like the Rapunzel world was really cool. I liked that because at that point I had not seen Tangled, so it was all fresh to me. And then I later learned it's just 100%. They just took all of like the fucking assets basically from the movie and all
Yeah.
of them. Where I was like, Oh well, if I had seen Tangled before this, I would be less charmed by it, because almost all the charming stuff is just the movie.
That's one of Katie's favorites, is Tangled.
Um, but I'm like, oh, that's really good. And then, but like, there's like the Hercules world, and that is a fucking drag.
Well, they did the best of the Hercules stuff in the first 2 games. So whatever the third game had is like just like reruns. You know, it's like reheated nachos. I would say that those first 2 games were legit RPGs that happened to have had action combat, and the third game was much less of an RPG.
I mean, the Toy Story stuff was pretty okay. I
Monsters
think
Inc. stuff was, you know,
okay. It was okay. I didn't like it as much.
Whatever.
Yeah.
All the best pirate stuff they did in the previous games, so that was
the pirate world I remember looking really good at the time.
Yeah.
But was like, in terms of like stuff you were doing, was kind of like, who gives a shit. But visually, it was impressive.
I mean, listen, like, they're just never gonna top Nightmare Before Christmas, you know, Steamboat Toontown, Tron, and fucking Peter Pan, where you can like literally fly around. Like, you just have like free air combat. You're just like gliding and flying all over the place. Like, they really nailed some of those worlds in those early games. And I just don't know if they can recapture the magic, because they're just interested in just doing more like modern day Final Fantasy nonsense. Like, they're not interested in like the Disney nonsense.
I mean, it's Kingdom Hearts original lore. They basically have gotten, once you get past it, like that first game, like the amount of Final Fantasy goes way down. Like, there's barely any Final Fantasy shit in 3. Like, I'm not saying zero.
Yeah.
It's barely there.
Yeah. No, you're right. But like, I'm afraid that all they've shown for 4 is just like generic city and our own characters that no one cares about, and it's like.
And I do think it sucks that like it simultaneously is cool and insane that they go so hard with their own lore, but it does lose like the pitch of that first game of what if Final Fantasy plus Disney. You go like, okay, well that's weird, that's cool and weird, and then they basically, as the series goes on, it gets Square is just like, don't even bother putting Cloud in this or whatever. Like, nah.
I mean, it's diminishing returns because it's just like they've already used all the characters people love. So it's like, what are you gonna do? Start taking characters from like the 8-bit games? Like,
you make Sora, you know, wrestle a train.
You do the HD 2D remake. It's diminishing returns, but like there hasn't been enough Final Fantasy that have come out since 2001 or 2002 to like include. It would basically be like the J-pop kids from 15.
Oh god, man!
And
dude, it would be so perfect because it's like Final Fantasy 15 is like a bro road trip, if you will, and you just have Sora, Donald, and Goofy doing a fucking Final Fantasy road trip. It's right there. It writes its fucking self.
I love that we've co-opted Kingdom Hearts talk over this, but that's fine.
Who's this
started.
asshole? Am I supposed to know who Gus is?
Oh, no, you're not.
Like, is he like a beloved ye oldie Disney character, or is it just some bullshit they made up for the video game?
I think they just made it up for the video game. Hold on, Gus Disney character. No, this is a rat from Cinderella. So no, that's just a generic character.
Oh, of course I know Gus from fucking Cinderella. I'm aware of Gus. I'm not a Philistine, Jared.
Well, I don't know who's watching this, but also, yeah, no, I'm looking this up now. That is just an original design for the game. Anywho, so speaking of Final Fantasy, I began the first sort of like cannonball shot, the warning shot of, hey everyone, we're going to be doing a Final Fantasy VII Remake book club, and so I started playing it.
How you liking it?
It's good. I beat the spider tank. I completed chapter 1, and it is fun to smash things with the sword. And they're giving me a lot of options for like switching characters and doing certain moves and limit break and casting spells. But you know what just works is just spamming the X button, just beating shit up.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of like extra frivolous nonsense. It's like, but I can just keep hitting the X button to beat things up. And they're like, what if you held the button down? I'm like, no, that's not as much fun as me smashing the button over.
But
and
the
over.
thing is, like, so you definitely start with like the basic stuff, but then like things gets more complicated over time. And like, because you love like Kingdom Hearts 2 combat so much, I'm just like, this is the logical extension of that. They took what they did with Kingdom Hearts and they were like, what if we made a game where this was the combat? And they can keep adding variety. They pile up variety because you get more characters like as you play, and each character plays so different from the others.
Yeah, Barrett is he's the ranged option, but he's much simpler where it's like you just stand and you shoot, and then you sometimes do like a big shot.
Yeah.
And that's it.
But the thing is also when you start getting more party members, you're starting to do stuff like you're starting to switch between them to do synergy stuff, like have Barrett knock them down and then you beat the ever-loving shit out of them with Tifa, etc., etc.
Do I get to know more about Jesse?
Oh yeah, no. Here's the thing: those characters, Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse, they are in the original game, but they are barely characters. Like they're there, but they barely matter. I wasn't paying attention. I guess I need to go in the middle of there. I think. They fleshed them out in this remake. They're full fucking characters, dude. Like they have done so much. It rules.
Fleshing out Jesse is interesting.
You're just a real Jesse fan.
I'm just a horny man for all the hot ladies in Final Fantasy. Am I right, guys?
Well, there's plenty of ladies.
Oh, there's so many ladies, including Cloud, who dresses up.
I wish I was paying attention about where it wanted me to go. I was talking. I guess we gotta go there. Okay.
All right, don't worry. This game's for children. It can't be that hard.
Right, but I was not paying attention at all.
You think kids are paying attention?
I was getting all worked up about Donald and Mickey and Sora going on a road trip together. Okay, I like this art style. This looks cool.
There's a lot of really cool stuff in this game. I think in-game you can unlock concept art, and some of the concept art is incredible. Some of the best concept art I've ever seen for a game.
I mean, that's the thing. It is good to criticize Disney in like every single way, but the one thing that they have is that throughout the decades they have employed some of like the greatest artists of all time. Yeah.
And this game definitely does that justice. Like, it really is cool in the ways, like the things you can unlock and the levels, and it is very, very imaginative, and it is very good at sort of just like constantly mixing up like what should have been like old school like fun levels and just being like, what if the apocalypse happened to them? Like, man, this is a fucking cool clash of contrasting styles. They kind of went for it. I'm shocked at the powers that be.
Let them.
Warren Spector.
Yeah, Warren Spector. Is he? And did he do Epic Mickey 2 as well? Like, was he the creative lead?
That is a fantastic question. I will find out for you right now. Epic Mickey 2, the power of 2 spelled out. Warren Spector, director. Yep.
Use thinner. 2 to use paint. Right. So, do they want me to do this or not? Is the question. I've done.
So that's a big part of the game is the BioShock. Do you repaint the world or thin it and destroy it?
That's stupid. Do they know that's stupid?
It's not like a morality system.
Okay.
It's not like, your decisions will.
If it's just solving puzzles, that's fine. If they're like, do you want to create cartoons or tear them down? Where it's like, well, everybody's gonna want to create cartoons, duh.
I think like they gesture at like the story like doing that, but like ultimately it's just like in the levels it's like You
So-
know, like some of this stuff you can get rid of, or you can just kind of fill it in. It's like what you just play around with the space, you know.
Okay. So this is the
Because if
main.
it's an actual
is this the
puzzle, there
main
will be
mechanic?
ways
This is
to
the main puzzle mechanic. Is thin or paint?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, they still incorporate like combat and platforming and exploration and stuff like that. So like,
But in terms of puzzles, you're either painting or unpainting.
yeah, but I mean, there's also like find the hidden button to press to make the thing go down, or like find a way to break the chain so that the bridge opens up for you. It's stuff like that.
What does he want? Brush can thin out
Ooh.
objects like the door frame. Okay, so thin out the door frame. I know, because obviously I watched a ton of Giant Bomb back in the day. But it really is true that when you are playing the game and trying to talk and host a show, it's fucking impossible to pay attention to the video game.
Yeah.
Use a thinner on this tomb floor to create a way. Okay. So what's there? Okay. I got something. Oh, do I only have? I have a limited amount of goo. I've just been freeballing.
Yeah. So you destroy stuff, and then like the little bottles of green or blue goo pop out, but they're very generous with it.
Okay.
Like,
Because I was just
especially
going.
when,
I was just wilding out for a while.
Yeah. No, I don't think there's ever been a point where I was like, I ran out. Oh no! Like,
What am I
it's
gonna
just, like,
do?
there's a even for like important puzzles, it's like, yeah, like here you go. It's just a bunch of it.
Yes, there are plenty. It's kind of like a classic in the same way as like when you see chest high cover, like you're like, okay, this is gonna be a battle arena, where it'll just be like, hey, here's a bunch of James Bond does that, where like here's a bunch of battery stuff and chemicals, where it's like you're gonna need to use this to solve this puzzle. Okay.
More games need goo.
I mean, I don't know if I can disagree with that.
Gooigi.
See, this fucking rules. I wish the game looked like this.
There was that Disney platformer that used the new art style. It was like a Metroidvania, but only for platforming. And you played as it was co-op. I don't know what it was called, and it was like Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Goofy. That was an interesting game. I like that game. I think it was only for the Switch though. What was it called? Disney game for Switch. Disney Illusion Island. That was an interesting one. Because it was a Metroid game, but only for, like, there was no combat. It was just pure platforming. And it was, like, co-op.
Gremlins are responsible. Okay. Pips. How much damage you can
The
take.
music is also great. It's great music.
Talk about music. Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah. They come out of the gate with bangers.
Yeah, dude.
Like, they did not need to go so hard. I'm just fighting grunts. Like,
the Final Fantasy, because it's obviously they're using a lot of like classic music as well as there's new music as well, but like they've reorchestrated so much of the stuff, like it is still evoking the classic stuff, but it's been completely like redone, and it's fucking awesome. So much of that is like you could just that's the kind of the Final Fantasy VII music and the other Final Fantasy music too is really great, but that's great like if you just want music on in the background that doesn't have like real lyrics and you just want to listen to good music while you're like writing or doing other stuff, that's great music to have on.
bum bum bada bum bum bada bum bum bada bum bum. That was my impression of the music in Final Fantasy.
I'm not 100% sure what I'm like. I understand that I'm supposed to shoot juice at them and to some degree, but I don't know how I kill them. The guy, is that okay? He's dead. I wasn't doing enough juice.
The juice.
No, but keep it up. Like, I think that because the Final Fantasy VII remake, the first part is relatively short. Like you could probably finish that in like, I don't know, 15 hours.
How long to beat? Let's type in Final Fantasy VII remake. 32 and a half hours.
Is that the just going the straightforward? That's just the main plot?
That's main story.
Fuck.
Main and extras 41 and completionist is 86.
Fuck. That's way longer than I remember.
And then Rebirth it's
really
even worse.
Long. Way long. That is an open world game. Like the remake is not an open world game. It is a very linear game. Rebirth is a full fucking open world RPG.
Now, what if I just wanted to play the original? Somehow, the original... Oh, I mean, that makes sense, but like, it is longer. It is...
Yeah, it's I mean, yes.
You're committing 40 to 50 hours, right?
Yeah. You see other gremlins try to help them. They're sure to be friends. Sorry, these are just like the fairies in Rayman.
Yeah. They weren't called fairies. They were called something.
They're curvaceous.
Nymphs?
Curvaceous nymphs.
Yes.
Extra content unlocked. The trebuchet.
Congrats.
Okay. I mean, I think this looks good. I imagine it looked way shittier on the Wii.
Yeah.
I think that, like, because you can tell that this is relatively simple geometry. Like, this isn't, like, highly detailed stuff, but I think they did a good job with the texture work. This looks pretty okay.
I mean, I for one, am always a fan of art style over graphic
Fidelity.
muscle flexing fidelity. In the same way that, like, they used to cell shade games, and they still fucking look great.
Oh, for sure. Like, no. You can make a Wii game that looks pretty good, and then you know how you make it look even better if you run it on hardware that's more powerful. Thinner can remove these tune blocks. Okay. Remove these tune blocks. This shit. What do you want? Guts. Mickey, these are guardians. Oh, spirits of the wasteland. Unique nature, they're drawn to you. Blue ones. Make friends. Always harm you. Okay. You just...
Now, Grant, I know you love to watch the Olympics.
Yeah.
Does that translate
Ugh.
to the World Cup?
Fuck no.
Wow.
Fuck soccer forever. Like, dude, I grew up, I had to play like American sports, and my dad watched American sports all the time, and I don't even give a shit about those. Imagine how little I give a shit about a sport that I had no exposure to growing up. I have negative interest.
But it's just the Olympics.
No.
Again.
The Olympics are the Olympics. The World Cup is soccer.
But in Olympic form. They go on for a bunch of weeks. There's like a big fun schedule of who's playing who.
I do like that there has been a
intrigue.
large trend of people from Europe who are like, "Oi, bruv, Americans don't know how hard British summers are." They coming here and getting their fucking ass kicked by American weather.
I like when they're amazed at how many flavors a soda machine has. Or going to fast food establishments and being amazed by like the options on hand.
That food has flavor. Not
Wow.
Get their app.
Wow.
Here's the thing, Jared. I have so little like American pride, but when it comes to Great Britain in particular, and Western Europe in general, but Great Britain in particular, oh fuck them forever, like for sure. Like I'm chanting USA. In the Olympics when it is like England is there, the UK is there. It is just USA, USA. Okay, so I need to get.
I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that, you know, our stuff might be more flavorful, but it also is deregulated and probably just full of fucking rat poison for all we know.
Here,
know?
Here's question mark with RFK in like the last couple of years. But here's the thing about before the RFK-ification of everything, we had one of the safest food supply chains. Like our shit was good. Like America has a tons of problem. Our food was not like our food safety was not the problem. Now, if you say, Grant, is that the problem now in a post-RFK world? Yeah, probably. There's probably some way additional bullshit happening. But before things were like pretty okay.
Well,
oh shit.
those days are over.
Okay, great. But no, I hope you keep up because Queen's Blood isn't even in the first one.
I know.
But I think you're gonna love the combat the more you spend time with it, and like the more you, because it's also so configurable. There's so much you can configure about it.
Yeah, when I booted it up, there was the difficulty like easy, normal, but then it said classic, and I was like, classic.
Yeah, because this is like that's like a pause and play versus like. Yeah, it gives there's, and that stuff was there from the get-go. It's yeah. But I also meant like
I'm not opposed to.
But also it's like what I also mean is like you have so much flexibility with how you make your characters play. Like because you have materia, you can configure them to play very differently, and you get different weapons which play differently and have different skills. And yeah, no, it's great. Let's go take a closer look. And then there's the full job system in 3, which I'm very excited to see. Because they have just kind of like hinted about it. We don't really know all that much about what it's going to look like. So I'm pretty excited to see what that means. Which it makes sense because I don't want to blow anyone's mind, but Aerith dies.
What?
So that's
talking about.
Your healer is gone. Your healer's gone. So it makes sense to be like, what if we let people have a healer?
And it'd be Jesse.
I'm not going to spoil what happens to Jesse.
Well, I can't wait to find out.
Because you never played the original, right?
No, but I mean, I know things, but I can't wait to find out what happens in these new games, which I really don't know anything about.
Yeah.
Like who stabs Aerith and when, and do they stab her in a different spot on her body? You know, these are all questions that have to be answered soon.
It's interesting, and I am enjoying it so far because you know we still have quite a bit of the story to go. I think it's hard for me to exactly remember, but I would say the first 2 of these 3 are probably like half the game, half of the original game, and the final third is kind of like the remainder. There's a lot of stuff left to get to.
Is that girl with like the green shorts?
Yuffie?
Hmm? What? She in 7?
Yep.
Okay, I'm trying to remember because like I was introduced to most of these characters either by watching G4 or by playing Kingdom Hearts, and so they would like pair people together, like the guy with the little glasses, and he had like half of his jacket covering his arm. What was that Auron or something?
Oh, Auron, yeah, he's from Final Fantasy X.
He's from 10, and like they would mix like characters from like 8, 9, and 10 together, and I just like didn't know who it was who.
But there's two characters that are optional that you basically have to, not necessarily. It's not like crazy hard to get them. But Yuffie is one of them from 7, and then the other one is Vincent is an optional character. You do not. You don't have to get him. You have to do a little extra to get him.
Well, now I definitely want him because he's voiced by Matt Mercer. He's a cowboy. I also don't know what the hell Dirge of Cerberus is. I don't know what a Crisis Core is.
So Dirge of Cerberus was the first-person shooter on the PS2 that, I don't want to blow your mind, but Square Enix did not know how to make a first-person shooter in, like, 2004 on the PS2.
I don't think they still do, but, you know.
So it is not well-loved in terms of being a first-person shooter. And then Crisis Core is a prequel. You don't know who Zack is yet, but Zack is a very important character, and Crisis Core is a prequel to Final Fantasy VII that gives you a look into Zack and his adventures. That was originally released on the PSP, but then they did a proper remastering of for modern devices. Which they then used. That remaster, they then burned Reunion, in that subtitle as a subtitle for fucking Crisis Core, which is it's so insane, Jared. It's so insane.
Well, it's from the company that gave us, Birth by Sleep in 358 over 2 days, 2.8 HD prologue chapter 14.
Revelation is fine. Like, it's fine, but it's very generic video gamey. Reunion makes it just makes sense. Reunion is a thing that's happening in Final Fantasy VII.
Boy, a very generic name, Zack, compared to Cloud and Squall.
Zack is. But no, Zack is a very important character. It will take you some time to fully know who Zack is, but you'll get there. I also think that there is some very noteworthy things about the Final Fantasy VII story that are like well known among nerds, but I think that you might not know. Like there's. Especially around like Zack and stuff, I think that you're just gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, it sounds like a reaction I would have. For sure.
Hey, this looks like something. No, nothing. Okay. But the original game, or not the original game, but the first part of the remake series, has Yuffie DLC. So she's not really in the main part of Final Fantasy VII Remake. There's like a standalone story where she's the protagonist, and it's really good. She's a ninja. She's from basically like an opposing clan that was in a battle with Shinra and lost, basically. Like they were in a war and lost pretty badly, and so she is from that clan and that ninja clan. And she has like a giant shuriken.
Shoryuken.
Need to show this? Do it. No. It's hard to tell, like, if there's stuff. Because presumably, I have to do something to get that. But I don't know what they need me to do. So you're playing it on Steam?
Oh, there was a sale on Xbox.
Oh, you're playing it on Xbox.
I should also let you know that while it was downloading today, I took my Switch and I started playing A Link to the Past.
How's that?
I don't get what all the fuss is about. I
Dude.
really don't. I got one of the medallions. Like I did a dungeon, and like combat feels bad, and I'm just like skipping all the enemies.
I mean,
Got the bow.
you don't have to fight. I mean, you certainly don't have to fight all of them.
I'm going through it, and I'm just thinking like, there's no way people think this is like a 3 slice bread.
Dude,
I don't get it.
If you continue playing, you will see that it is basically. Let me go back the other way. I want to see what the unlock. You will see that the stuff that they did with Ocarina of Time, they are just lifting straight out of Link to the Past.
That's great. They probably did it way better in 3D. I also tried Mina the Hollower, and after a couple hours of that, I was going, yeah, not for me.
I've also heard that it's not that like it's sold as Zelda-y and it is visually kind of Zelda-y, but what I have heard is it is much more like a Metroidvania than it is a proper Zelda game. It is Zelda in surface only.
I don't know, because there is definitely a main town, and like all the different areas are sort of around, so it's like a hub and spoke design. There's also like a similar map to Link to the Past, and it's like you go from like, you know, like the way like the screen sort of transitions from room to room, and the sort of like you got to be like aiming in the right direction for like your attack to sort of go out, or like people will kind of hit you from the side, or like it is very 2D Zelda. And there are some like a couple like Bloodborne-esque things or whatever, but like I was just playing it and I was just like, I don't think I enjoy this at all. So like there's clearly something in my brain that it's every time I approach a 2D Zelda, like I'm just like, I don't get it. It's not fun. It's not for me.
So much of what makes those 3D Zeldas is just there in those originals. Like I do not get why what the holdup is, like why you don't like those but you do like 3D Zeldas, because they're so similar to each other.
There is something about the feel of being in 3D that I find like when I'm engaging with the world or I'm fighting a person, it just makes way more sense and it feels better and it feels more fair. Whereas in 3D, whereas in 2D, it's just like, I don't want to say finicky, but it's just like, I want to like aim in the right direction, but then I gotta like move, and like your sword's not long, so you gotta like kind of get close, and they're bumping you, and like you're constantly like getting hit. You're just like, this doesn't, I don't know. It's just in 3D, it's like you're locked in, like I'm in a duel, and I can sidestep, you know, like it just maybe it's the lock. I don't know.
Because also like Link to the Past is really good, but then like I think about some of those Capcom games like Minish Cap is so fucking good.
I also think that like I'm so much better, like spatially aware in 3D of like where I'm sort of meant to go and where I've been, and I can keep track better. So like that's why I like Dark Souls, because like those games don't have maps, but like the way that they're laid out, it like makes sense. In 2D, there is a map. I found the map, and the map is helpful, but you just still don't have a sense of like, you're just in room after room after room going in 4 cardinal directions, and it's just like, they all look the same. Like, the dungeons all kind of feel the same, and like the music is like it's like the great music of Zelda, but like it's just like it just repeats and repeats. Whereas like in newer games, it's like they know when to sort of like segue in and out. Like there's just so much magic to like the way that they're done in 3D, whereas in 2D, I'm like, this just feels odd.
I certainly think that it's a minority opinion. I mean, there are people who definitely prefer 3D over 2D, for like no doubt. But I do think that the people being like straight up like no thank you 2D Zelda is pretty uncommon.
Like you can't explore those games. Like you're just like, oh, okay. I kind of circled the edges of everywhere I could go in this area. Like there's no exploration. Like there's
definitely exploration.
Mystery. You're just like, I gotta go here, and I gotta figure out how to get over there, and I can't tell if I'm above or below because I'm looking from the top, and it's just visually it's a little goofy. You know, like, oh, there's a ladder there. Okay, so now I'm going to. Like, I don't know, man. Like the way the original is laid out, like, makes more sense. Even though that game, I was terribly lost and confused. Like I'm not there, but it, like it makes more sense the way that game is because it's not like actually top down. It's like still kind of like from the side. I don't know. I played Ocarina of Time and I was like, this is what Zelda is. And I tried playing the GBA or the Game Boy ones. What was it? Oracle of Seasons and Ages. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
So was your first Zelda Ocarina of Time?
Yeah.
So the first Zelda I ever played was the original Zelda. I feel like this has informed our worldviews.
Maybe it's because I like all I played in the OG days were 2D platformers, like Mario and stuff. So like in my young brain, I'm like, oh, 2D, you go from left to right, or the occasional right to left. And then Zelda, it's like, whoa, what? You know, like it just didn't make sense because to me, I'm like, oh no, if you're 2D, you go from left to right.
Yeah, but what if also you went up and down?
Well, eventually you got vertical with Super Mario World. At least that was still like, you're going up into the sky, and you're still moving up the ground. In this, I could be going up and up and up, and it's just like, wow, there's so many rooms that just go up. I don't know how north I'm going.
It's such an interesting experience because it's so foreign from my experience of like I play that game and I'm like, man, this is like Ocarina of Time in 2D. It's so fucking cool.
This is not where's their Hyrule field? Where's my horse?
I mean, I'm not saying it's one-to-one. I'm saying like there's so much of the stuff of like what they're getting after, and then, like the two worlds, and it's great.
Oh well, I'm not there yet. I've only collected one of the 3 colored medallions that'll let me unlock the Master Sword. But I went to where the second one is, and I couldn't figure out like how to get into the dungeon, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm not meant to go this way. So like now I'm working my way towards the other thing I gotta collect, and I'm like, and I was like, I gotta stop because Final Fantasy finished downloading. And
did you play the Link's Awakening remake when they did that?
Oh God, no.
Because Link's Awakening.
I played the original of that, and I didn't like it.
Link's Awakening is really cool because they started to really that is such a cool vibe because they decide to make it weird. They decide to lean into weird Zelda, and I feel like you get a lot of I mean, especially in Majora's Mask, but even in Ocarina of Time, you get like that weird spooky Zelda, and I feel like a lot of that really strongly came from Link's Awakening.
I played that original. I bounced off so hard.
I played so much of it. I played so much of it. Anytime I was like, I was dicking around like at a waiting on like a doctor's appointment or something, I was playing or replaying Link's Awakening.
I was probably playing Super Mario Land, some sort of a puzzle game, Mario and Luigi, WarioWare. Kart.
Oh, those are much later. I'm talking about ye olde Game Boy.
Oh, then it would just be fucking Tetris. It would just be Tetris. And Super Mario Land. I played a lot of that.
The first one's not great. It is weird.
I have a very strong affinity for that game, even though the second one blows it out of the water. Like,
Because it's
a
proper Mario game. The second one is a proper Mario game.
Yeah, but that first one, like, I knew every secret. Like,
The bouncy
I
ball
would,
is so
like,
fucked.
I would speed run levels, like, because there were a lot of trips in the car, and that's just what you did.
That. That.
So I was playing around with, like, I was toying around with the idea of, like, writing an article where I was like, sorry, Mina the Hollower, like, I'm still not over my ickiness towards, like, 2D Zelda. Like, there's something about those games where it's like, they will never work for me, and I can't tell you why.
I mean, I certainly can't tell you why. 'Cause they work really well for me. I would love for them to make, because that's the thing is now they're gonna make them in that fucking chibi spot, which I think is fine, but it's not as good as 2D. Like that fucking art. Like if you just bring up the artwork from, like what is like the sprite work from Minish Cap, it's so fucking good looking.
Oh no, it's phenomenal because it's very much like Wind Waker, but like continued.
Oh, it's so good. I really love Minish Cap a lot. Capcom they knocked it out of the park with that.
But I've yet to write that article because I have many other.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff that can probably wait.
Like all those like glowing reviews from Mina the Hollower, and I was like, this better hit me like Shovel Knight did, where I was like, oh my god, Shovel Knight, Game of the Year. I get it. Like, this is so incredible. And I was playing it, and I was like, oh, I don't know, man. It's like watching The Last Jedi the first time. I'm sitting there shaking my head going, I don't know about this one.
You don't know about Return of the Jedi.
No, The Last Jedi.
You don't like The Last Jedi?
We've been through this.
Oh, it's so good, Jared.
The first time I sat in that theater watching that movie, like, I was like, what is going on? And the more it went on, I was like, oh, am I not like this? Is bad? And then I got out, and people were like, what you think? And I just looked at them, and I was like, I don't know, guys. Like,
dude,
I was so conflicted.
I fucking love The Last Jedi. It is it's the only part of the Disney era that I think is any good at all.
We have literally talked about this nonstop for like 7 years. We cannot keep doing this. We have to.
For some reason, I must have like papered away like that you don't like The Last Jedi to salve my brain. I'm just like, I can't think about Jared not liking that movie because it's so good.
We can't do this. We can't do Last of Us Part 2, and we can't do the Beatles are secretly Anglo-American. Like, we cannot have these conversations anymore. Anyways, Epic Mickey is really good. You should keep playing this.
I'm not gonna, because I have other things to play. But
what else do you have to play?
I'm gonna see how much I can dig through, because I want to finish Esoteric Ebb and Zero Parades.
Okay.
And I would also like to be playing some Final Fantasy VII, which is also on my Switch too.
The first or the second?
The first, and then Avenged Kings.
For the book club.
Sure. But also I also want to like replay them in the lead up to next year.
Oh well, that's what I'm doing. I mean, I'm doing it now because like there's like relatively nothing newish out. Like it's Assassin's Creed next month. Like there's like it's a down period.
At first I was like, there's an Assassin's Creed, and then I'm like, oh, the remaster.
No, yeah. Like,
I was like, how the fuck did they come out with another Assassin's Creed?
I can tell you how.
They just
game.
It's the same one they released like 13 years ago.
Yeah, but there's like nothing like truly big. Not even in August, I don't think.
There's stuff,
but there's not like big stuff. Like
no, the huge stuff is in September.
It's in September, and I have a goddamn wedding to like plan and attend. So it's like September and October is when all the shit's coming out, and I'm like, I got a wedding. I can't be playing it.
Late August, the Metal Gear Solid remasters come out.
Oh yeah, the film festival that is watching the cutscenes of Metal Gear Solid 4.
Jared, you've never played Metal Gear Solid.
I don't think anyone else has it. It's just nothing but cutscenes. Is there even a part you can play in that game?
There's a lot that you play in it, which is funny. And like yes, obviously it has a ton of cutscenes, which is
Too
kind.
many?
No,
For sure.
just the right amount.
Isn't there like some crazy statistic where it's like 40% of the game is actually just cutscenes?
I think it's gobbledygook. So like I think Metal Gear Solid 1 is my favorite. It's such a standout, unique experience. So it's hard to do that. And then I think Metal Gear Solid 4 might be my second favorite Metal Gear.
Well, considering I've only touched
5 and 3.
2 of them, 5 by a country mile, but I still like 3.
5 is,
really
but
good.
like, it's so hard for me to even put those in like. It's so different from the rest of the series. Like it's kind of an incoherent Metal Gear game. It's a very good game in terms of mechanics, but like it basically isn't like it's barely a Metal Gear game.
And I don't like it because that's a reason. I just think like in terms of like what the tools they give you and the sort of like freedom, like
No, it's good. They did a good
it is
job.
some of the most incredible sandbox, like invent your own fun, find your own way to complete missions, like you fly your fucking helicopter with your tunes, like you're bolting people up into the sky to like get your base, like it is like systems upon systems, but in the best way. Whereas like Rockstar recently, it's like system on systems in like the worst way. But I also really like Death Stranding.
Death Stranding is good, and I think I like 2 less because I think it leans into just being a Metal Gear Solid 5 sequel, basically. And not that it isn't still weird bullshit, but I do think it leans away from some of what made Death Stranding 1 so unique.
There was a lot of quality of life improvements, and they like really made that game a lot like easier to like grasp. Or like there was a lot of friction with that first game. Like they kind of like wanted you to like struggle and suffer.
There's a lot of
and, like,
piss in that first game.
There's a lot of really cool shit in the second one. I don't know which one I prefer. I'll tell you what, I prefer the Phantom Pain. That's what I prefer.
Phantom Pain's really good. You know, how do you feel about Ground Zeroes? I feel like if Phantom Pain was slightly more like Ground Zeroes, I would have had a better time.
You mean it only takes a half hour to beat?
No. I mean, like, it felt like the size of the map, like it's so much density. Like, I feel like what you end up there is there's a lot of sparseness in the maps in Phantom Pain, and I wish that the maps were a little bit more like Ground Zero. I wish there was just like a bunch of more Ground Zeroes type maps.
Yeah, I could see that, but does anyone insert a bomb into someone's womb?
Dude, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Like, it's bad. That shit's bad.
And yet here you are defending it.
It is like the last. It's weird. It's like the last minute of that fucking
Defend
game.
the uterus bomb, Grant.
I won't do that, but I do think that like it is more interesting in many ways. Like, or like the promise of Ground Zeroes, where I just feel like if they had given, I mean, I understand why maybe you stopped giving Kojima infinite runway, but if they had given him more runway, like you could see where Phantom Pain could have been like the best game that's ever been made.
Man, I mean, like, I'm the world's largest Splinter Cell Metal Gear Solid 5 is like the greatest stealth game. Like, just the amount of crap in there to dick around with, and like the ways that like things that make sense in the real world like actually affect gameplay. Of like, you didn't shower, so you smell, so people smell you, or like you're constantly hitting headshots in the daytime. So it's like at night they'll like put up lights or whatever and like put on helmets, and it's like the world like reacts to you in like realistic ways. And you get like cool robot legs and a fucking dog. Dog's got a knife in his mouth.
Woohoo! I mean, I understand they're going for ye oldie Mickey, and that also this is a Wii game, but isn't a huge part of Mickey Mouse him going like, "Gee willikers, fellas"?
Yes. But there are many different types of Mickeys. There are silent Mickeys, there are black and white Mickeys. The new one is like a completely different art style than like...
Yeah, it's like
one.
Flash. It looks like Flash animated, right?
I wouldn't necessarily go that far, but like it's like very old school in the way that they kind of drew him recently for like some of the new theme park rides in like the new Disney show. Then like the early 2000s, where it was like, here's CGI Mickey.
Oh
Here's
no, that shit
3D
sucks
rendering.
ass. But like, I want to say like, because they did like a Mickey and Friends type thing, and it looks like, oh damn, this looks like a Flash animation from like the internet.
I think they did like a whole redesign for the 100th anniversary, where they put in Runaway Railway, which is a really cool ride at the parks, and then they like reintroduced like a new animated show, and they like sort of like made his new redesign like sort of standard for all that new stuff for the 100th anniversary.
I think this is about where we're gonna stop. This seems fine. It makes sense that this is a Wii game. But it also makes sense that this did not set the world on fire.
Hey man, I really like it.
I'm not having a bad time, but I can't imagine this because look at this fucking Mickey. This doesn't appeal to children. This appeals to old people who remember old Mickey.
Or sickos.
Yeah, perverts.
Kids don't know about Oswald the Lucky Rabbit.
They definitely don't. And that's kind of why it's... Also, like, Warren Spector just kind of, like, fell off the face of the earth, right? He doesn't...
He's trying to make a new thing.
Wasn't it... I don't want to say something and then that it's not accurate, but I remember...
Thieves.
I remember it being like, oh, that's not great. Like, Warren Spector.
He's making a multiplayer Thief successor.
And then, but who is funding it? Because I remember there being like, yikes.
Oh, I don't know, someone evil.
Probably.
Like, anyone with money is evil, so like...
Because thieves...
Like, who's the last person who had a bunch of money who was not evil? Ted Turner?
He at least had the dignity to die. Unlike these ones. Oh, I'm gonna build a libertarian microstate and live forever, sucking on the blood of teenagers. Creeps.
Like, what, you gonna defend Michael Bloomberg?
I'm not going to defend Michael Bloomberg. Although, like, listen, New York is getting a lot of like, hey, Mom Donnie, which is great, but like, I encourage everyone to look at the string of mayors before Mom Donnie, because you go,
yeah,
whoa.
It's that famous Onion headline, De Blasio.
Well.
Yeah.
Not so easy to get a mayor that doesn't suck, is it?
Who doesn't suck shit, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's great. It's a great, and I mean, De Blasio is like weirdly like doesn't even rank in shitty New York mayors.
I'll end with this. This is a fun tease. I did an interview with a former GQ magazine writer, and he said by far the weirdest interaction / interview he's ever had in his life by a very large margin was Eric Adams, where the first thing he spent an hour with Eric Adams, and he gave him a softball right off the top just to kind of as an icebreaker. He's like, hey, how about those Yankees, or how about those Knicks? And he went into a diatribe about Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off, that didn't make any sense. And he immediately knew, oh, this guy's just, his brain works on a different parallel universe. He's out of his mind.
That man is so lucky he is not in prison.
Is it luck though?
I mean,
is it luck?
Yeah. Alrighty, I am about to go on vacation. We're gonna have an interesting week, though. There will be lots of stuff. Some things that are already up on our website. You can see where because it's been a year of Video Game Town. We're starting to put up some collections of some of the things that we've done. So if you scroll down to recent posts, you'll see some collections of things that we've done. So if you've missed them, as we're recording this right now, we have the fighting games and film and TV. So if you want to go back and look at what it was written, I think those are good opportunities to go back and enjoy. And then there are some other exciting surprises for the coming week. So look forward to that. Videogame.town. Bye bye.
Bye bye.